All right. So why don't we continue on with the uh, City Council, Richmond City Council District 1 race. So before we begin, I just wanted to let folks know that we reached out to all of the candidates and all of the candidates confirmed a month ago. And the reason why we set this up a month ago was to give the candidates the enough time to propose a different time if in case they had a conflict. And so all the candidates confirmed that this time worked for them. And we since learned on Sunday, this past Sunday, that because of the city council race or city council meeting, Melvin had a conflict. And so we tried to confirm if he still was going to be able to make it. We did not hear back from him. And so we ended up having to make plans to proceed without him since we didn't know if he was going to be able to make it or not. And that's the main reason why we extended the school board debate past the 7 o'clock hour. So we have to follow the rules. The rules were applied to all of the candidates. And so we made the decision to proceed, assuming he wasn't able to participate. And so what we will be doing is we will be proceeding with just Eleanor in today's discussion, and we will be asking her the same questions that we had planned, and then just want to make sure that everyone was aware as to why we're in this situation. So I just wanted to point out that I'm. This is not personal. This is us trying to make sure that we follow the rules. And I do realize that I believe Melvin is on the call. At least he was a minute ago. He is free to participate as a member of the public to hear in, but unfortunately we weren't able to accommodate him because we weren't sure if he was going to be able to participate. This also happened 2 years ago, keep in mind. So I think it's just difficult to keep accommodating candidates not confirming their presence. So unfortunately, we have to follow the rules. And since the candidates that did follow the rules, we're trying not to create special breaks for those that didn't follow the rules, basically what it comes down to. So with that, Mr. Moderator, if we can get started. Actually, why don't I do a review of the district map? Or I read your mind, I saw your reaction, and I knew I was missing something. So let me get started with that. Okay. Oh, I just had it. Sorry, just a sec. So District 1, as you can see here, is this orange area here, and it represents the northern third, 2/3 of the Iron Triangle. It also represents a piece of North and East, and then this whole chunk of, oh, I'm just blanking on the name of the neighborhood. Can you remind me? Building Woods. Sorry, I should know that. Building Woods, right in the middle. So it encompasses this area that's in orange. And so this is also new for folks voting in the city council race. And the candidates we will be hearing, or the candidate we will be hearing from today will be potentially representing this district. Okay. So with that, I will stop sharing and pass it on to our moderator today, Don Gosney.
Thank you very much, Oscar. I appreciate your giving me an opportunity to moderate tonight. Just a reminder for everybody, we were recently forced into going with district elections, and the city council chose to elect 3 of the council members in this election, with the other 3 being elected in 2 years from now. Also, they're required by law to use the latest census data in drawing the lines. Once we get the new census data, hopefully by spring of next year, then we will be able to redraw the lines again. So the lines that we see right now may not, most likely will not, be the same district lines that we see after the census data has come out. They had to use 10-year-old census data, which is never a good idea. But it is what we have with us right now. So 3 of the districts will be up for election this year. That'd be District 1, which we're having a forum on tonight. District 5, which includes the Annex, a lot of the south side of Richmond, the Marina and Point Richmond, and then District 6, which includes the greater part of the North and East Neighborhood Council and Richmond Heights. All right. We're going to go on to our questions right now, but first we're going to go ahead and give you 2 minutes, Eleanor, for an opening statement.
Good evening, I'm Eleanor Thompson, a mother, a grandmother, community leader, and business owner. I moved to Richmond over 50 years ago. I've lived in the Iron Triangle for over 30 years. I raised my 5 children in District 1 with my late husband, Donnie Thompson Sr. I earned my bachelor degree in social science from Chapman University and my associate's degree from Contra Costa College in sociology and a certificate in criminal justice. In 1993, I started Social Progress Inc., a dynamic nonprofit organization rooted in Richmond future, our youth. Social Progress Inc. helps children and youth and young adults with tutorial programs, mentoring, life skills, and job development. Social Progress Inc. is still going strong after 27 years. In 1999, I became president of the Iron Triangle Neighborhood Council. As a result of my leadership, the Nevin Park was renovated with us going to city council, different meetings, and asking that they renovate and do something about our park. I served on the Richmond Police Commissioner, City of Richmond Anti-Drug Task Force, Contra Costa County Democratic Central Committee, and currently I'm serving on the Parks and Recreation Commission. I am an active member of the Ephesians Church of God in Christ located in Richmond. My priorities are economic development, safety for all, youth programs, and housing for the homeless.
Time.
Oh.
Okay. Just so you know, Eleanor, with 15 seconds less, Oscar will have a little chirping sound to let you know that
okay.
time went down. No, we're catching up as we go right now. So we'll go ahead and get started with our first question, which has to do with community involvement. You will have two minutes for this. Please describe your involvement in the District 1 community, highlighting leadership positions you have held in the community.
I've held, as I said, I was the president of the Iron Triangle Neighborhood Council. I opened a youth program, and we had over 25 youth that would attend each night or each evening after school. We had speakers to come in who was C.A. Robertson, who was over PAL at that time, and Larry Lewis to come in and speak to our youth. I do cleanup programs in our district and in North Richmond. Right now, we looking to do some cleanup in the Iron Triangle because I've been driving through and it looks really bad. And I would hate for our children to continue to walk and go to school whenever they go back through something like that. But we do need to clean it up. As a leader, I also, at one time, the mission wanted to start selling their clothing that is given to them to give out to the people in need. They wanted to sell those, so we had to go to city council and protest against that, and we won. The council did not allow them to start selling clothes. We ran so many programs. We were on our tutorial program, our food program, give away food, and give away school supplies every year at the 4th of July parade. I founded the 4th of July parade in North Richmond, and that's been going for 10 years. This year, we did do it because of COVID-19. And we give away over 300 backpacks. We give away over 500 to 1,000 toys each year to the children in the community. I think that's about it.
Okay. Then let's go. Well, good. Segue on to question number 2, which is economic development. We all want to hear about economic development, don't we? And again, you will have 2 minutes. District 1 is home to economic corridors like the Richmond Main Street and 23rd Street. What is your specific plan to generate additional economic development and attract businesses to District 1? And what will you do to support these businesses?
Okay, well, the number one thing that I would do would not vote to pass Measure U, because we want large business to continue to come to Richmond. And if we continue to raise taxes on our businesses, our large businesses, we won't have them coming to Richmond. And we have programs where we want to build entrepreneurship with our youth and young adults, those who does not have a job that they go to every day. They can create their own jobs and bring small businesses to the city of Richmond. And I do support small businesses as well. What I would like to do is seek monies like small loans for entrepreneurship so they can start their businesses. And if they already have businesses going, we need to support those small businesses by finding money to help them to enlarge their business or grow the business so that they can serve more people or make more funds come in to the city.
Okay. Takes us to question 3 about homelessness. Again, you have 2 minutes. District 1 is home to the Richmond Rescue Mission and GRIP, the Greater Richmond Interfaith Program, 2 major nonprofits that serve Richmond's homeless communities. Richmond's homeless problem is disproportionately impacting areas like the Iron Triangle, Santa Fe, Coronado, Parchester Village, and North Richmond. So what is your specific plan to address this issue?
I serve right now on the Homeless Task Force, and I know that by being there at the meetings, I know at one time we had $300,000. In the last meeting I attended, I believe that we were told that there were also $1 million. So if we have that much money, I would rather take that money and put it into tiny homes, get some of the properties that are vacant by the city that they own, and put tiny homes there and build tiny homes for the homeless so that they can have a permanent house. You know, they're taking the money and using it to give temporary homes like tents and things like that. I would prefer that that money be put into permanent housing. If you found some vacant lots that the city owns, they should be able to put several, maybe 10 or so tiny homes there, and that will give our homeless population housing. We talk about affordable housing, but what is affordable housing to a homeless person? So therefore, we have to find out how to get money to put them into permanent housing, and if they have any type of income, maybe they can do some type of payment of small amount, $100 or something, but we can't depend on affordable housing for the homeless. We have to create housing for the homeless so that they won't have to be sleeping outside on the parks and the sidewalks.
Okay. Let's talk about the budget. Due to a wide variety of factors, the city of Richmond is suffering from a significant budget shortfall. What specific plans do you have towards establishing a healthier long-term budget without exacerbating gentrification in District 1?
I was looking at the budget, and I see that there's a lot of overtime paid. The first thing I would like to see is some way to cut the overtime, and that would bring in a lot of money if they cut overtime. That way they won't have to lay off nobody. People can keep their jobs, just cut some of the overtime that's being paid. We also need, again, we go back to economic development because we have to keep business in the city of Richmond. The Point Mulatty, that's going to bring in business. So that should help the budget, because if we have more money going out than we have coming in, then that's how we get the budget deficit. Therefore, we have to bring business in to support our city, to support the funds in the city, because we can't have more going out than we have coming in. And by we having those two programs come in, like Point Mulatty already been approved, that can bring in money. And not only does it bring in funds, it brings in jobs. So.
Okay, we're about halfway through with our questions, so we're going to take 30 seconds for a public service announcement. Just want to remind everybody, November 3rd, Tuesday, we're going to have a voting day. All right, but by now, most of you have already received your ballots in the mail, and you can vote now. You can vote and put it in the mail. No postage is necessary. Or you can drop off your ballot at any of the polling places on election day. We've got about 12 to 15 polling places. If you want their addresses, feel free to email me at dongosney@comcast.net, DONGOSNEY@comcast.net. I'll send you the list. But there are 3 drop-off locations where you can drop off 24/7, starting right now. The first one is in the northeast corner of the plaza at City Hall. The other is at 1305 McDonald Avenue. It's sitting right in front of the county building, right across the street from Foodco. And the third is in front of the building on 1130 Hilltop Drive, which is the West County Wastewater Treatment Building. You can drop it off there, get it taken care of now. All right, public service announcement is over with. Time to go back to work. Question number 5, public safety. We all love public safety, don't we? District 1 continues to be disproportionately adversely impacted by crime. Tell us about any failed policies you can think of and explain why you think they failed. And then tell us, on the other side of the coin, tell us about the successful policies and explain to us what made them successful.
I can't tell you what policies failed because I am not sure, but I don't know if you would call community policing a policy, because that was in place and that worked under Lansdowne. The program that he had, it worked. We didn't have as much crime. We didn't have as much shooting when Lansdowne was in office. And the crime was down, the drive-by shootings were down, and we had officers that were walking the streets. They would walk in the iron triangle. So I think that worked for us. And I really would like to see us go back to community policing. I like the community policing as he had it, whereas the officers came into the community and they got to know the people in the community. So I think that would work, and retain police, just keep the police in. Oh, and the safety part. I know some people are talking about defunding the police. We cannot defund the police because if we defund the police, we may not have them show up when we need them to show up on time because of a lack of officers on duty. So safety, when I say safety for all, that means we need to keep our police department funded so that they'll be able to make the calls, even though they don't need to go out to every little thing, but they do need to come when the people need them.
Okay, that takes us to question number 6 on dumping. District 1 neighborhoods are most affected by illegal dumping. Eleanor, when you get to the council, how will you fix this problem?
I was just riding through the neighborhood taking pictures. Anybody want to see how our community look? Send me your phone number and I'll send it to you. 510-837-0188. I'll send it to you. It looks terrible. We have all type of dumping all over the community. It's just really terrible. How would I fix it? I would be down at the city council, and I'm on the Parks and Recreation. So the maintenance, not the maintenance person, but the landscaping person, he needs to come through our community and clean it up. And if they don't clean it up, then we need to clean it up because it looks terrible. And I don't think our children should have to walk through that and see it. I don't think that our mothers and our fathers, our grandparents should have to walk through the trash in the street. So the main thing is we need to go to city council, not just me, but us as a community go together because more voices speaks louder than one. And let them know that we want them to come out and clean up our community. We want to let the park and recs person, I don't think he's the one, but it's the person that's over the cleanup and the dumping in the city of Richmond. We need to come clean it up because I know that when I got a report how the Nevin Park looks, I went there and I called the person who's in charge, and they finally did come out and clean it up. But if you go down and look on those streets, you would just be amazed as to what it looks like. I don't know how many people that went down there, but we'll just have to fight to get it cleaned up. So that's the main thing. And I'm used to fighting our triangle because, as I said, I lived there for over 30 years, along with those who was on the council, neighborhood council when I was there. We all went and we fought together to get our community cleaned up. And that is what I want to do again and get resources because the resources doesn't come to us. They do a lot of talk. But when the money comes.
Okay. We have one question left, but I'm going to merge this in with your closing. Okay. You get 2 minutes on this, but I don't think the time is going to run out on you. Tell us why you're running for city council to represent District 1. Tell us what makes you better suited for this position of trust than your opponent, and the rest of your closing statement.
I'm running for city council for District 1 because when I saw that that was the district that was coming up, I wanted to run because, as I said, I raised my children there, I live there, and I love the community, and I love Richmond. And I want to see it better. I want to see more resources come down to our children. If we wait for people to give it to us, they're not going to give it to us, so we're going to have to go and get it. And so that's one of the reasons I'm running. I want to make sure we get what's due our community because we're not going to get it if we wait for somebody to bring it. A lot of times the money's come, but we're not the ones that get the money. It goes to big, large organizations. And those organizations, what they do, they take those funding and they pay staff. They do not give any money down for our programs. So those are some of the things I would like to see done. And I'm better suited, I believe, because my opponent has served 4 years already. And when I go through the iron training and I look at what it looks like, it's very sad. So if you already, the way I see it, when people are running for city council and they're already on the council, and they're saying what they're gonna do, but it's need done right now, and you haven't did it. So why are you saying what I'm gonna do? Because you have a chance to go do it, but you haven't did it. So I'm running because I want our community to be one of the best community in Richmond. And it can be, it don't have to look like it looks. And I'm positive that I can make a difference in our community because I have lived there, been there, and fought for it before. And we got a lot of things done. Even though I wasn't on the council, we got a lot of things done.
Do you have anything else you want to add as a part of your closing statement?
I just want to add that I'm endorsed by Richmond Firefighters Local 188, Police Association, BMW Black Men and Women, BAPAC, Mayor Tom Butts, Vice Mayor Ned Bates, former Mayor Irma Anderson, former council member Vinay Pempley, Joe Fisher Coronado, Neighborhood Council President, Oscar Garcia, Iron Triangle Neighborhood Council, Gonzalo Ochao, President of the 23rd Street Merchant, Pastor Louis Spicer, Pastor of Ephesians Church, Rodney Elamo Brown, community activist, Mr. Phillips, West Country Council Unified School District. And I thank the councils and neighborhood councils, all of the councils that are here tonight who invited me here on tonight. I thank you for your invitation. And I ask you to vote for me November 3rd. Thank you.
That's great. I want to thank all of the candidates, all of you, for participating tonight. And I'll turn things over to Oscar Garcia.
Thank you, Eleanor. Thank you, Dawn, as well. Appreciate both of you being here and staying here this late. I also want to thank all of those from the public that joined us here today. As mentioned by Dawn, our moderator, several times, please vote and vote now, meaning you don't have to wait until Election Day. If you already have your mail-in ballot, go ahead and submit it soon and get that sort of task out of the way. So with that, I would like to wish everyone a good evening. And thank you all again for being here today. And good luck filling out the ballot. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.